You know you need to raise your prices. Your chemicals cost more, your insurance went up, and you haven't adjusted rates in 2 or 3 years. But every time you sit down to write that email, a knot forms in your stomach. Here's what actually happens when you hit send. Hundreds of pool service pros have shared their price increase experiences online. The results are remarkably consistent. Most customers don't respond at all. A few say thanks for the heads up. And the small number who leave? They tend to be your most difficult accounts. Before you raise prices, understand this. A 10% increase doesn't mean you need to keep all your customers to come out ahead. You can lose several customers and still make more money than before. This is the single most important thing to understand. Let's run the numbers. You have 50 customers at $100 a month. That's $5,000 in monthly revenue. You raise rates to $110. Now you only need 46 customers to break even. You can lose 4 customers, 8% of your route, and still make $60 more per month while doing less work. Here are real results from pool pros who've done it. One operator raised his hourly rate from $95 to $125. He lost 2 customers and gained 5. Another did 3 price increases after 2021. A lot each time. 0 customers lost. A third raised 18 accounts in January and lost 3. Here's a pattern that came up over and over. One pro raised a customer's rate from $165 to $185. She fired him. 3 years and 5 pool services later, she hired him back at $300. The customers who leave over a $15 increase cycle through cheaper alternatives, deal with no-shows and splash and dashers, then come back willing to pay double. There's a reason this keeps happening. The pool service industry has low professional standards. If a customer leaves you over a small increase, odds are they'll experience 2 no-shows and a splash and dasher within 6 months. You're not just a pool cleaner, you're the reliable one that has real value. The customers most sensitive to a $10 to $20 monthly increase are almost always the most demanding, lowest paying, hardest to please accounts on your route. When a pro lost a problem customer, he wrote, 10% is nothing. If you lose any, I bet they're ones you don't miss. There's a right way to communicate a price increase. 5 things matter. Give 30 days advance notice. Keep the message short and confident. Reference real costs like chemicals and insurance. Don't ask for permission. Inform them. And use email, not a phone call. Email gives customers time to process and creates a paper trail. One of the most common mistakes, writing a 3-paragraph apology. You don't owe your customers an explanation. You don't need to justify a business decision to anyone. One pro put it perfectly. Spotify raises prices all the time and nobody blinks. A brief professional notice is all you need. Want to see your exact break-even number before you send anything? We built a free price increase calculator at pooldial.com. Enter your customer count, current rate, and proposed increase to see exactly how many customers you can lose and still come out ahead. Link in the description. The consensus from experienced pool pros is clear. Raise prices regularly and don't let years pass between increases. 3 approaches work well. Annual small increases, say $10 a month on each customer's account anniversary, every 2 years at 8 to 10%, or rolling increases as you bring on new customers. One pro shared a smart rolling approach. Every month, some accounts get a $10 bump on their anniversary. New customer at $160 in January gets bumped to $170 the following January. This completely eliminates the stress of one big annual email blast. It keeps your pricing current with inflation almost automatically. The most common mistake in pool service, waiting 2 to 3 years between price increases. The longer you wait, the larger the jump has to be, and the more shocking it feels to customers. Several pros admitted to this mistake and said they lost money because of it. Small, frequent increases are always easier than large, infrequent ones. Here's one more strategy that works. Before you send the increase notice to existing clients, start adding new customers at your higher rate. Even if you lose 20% of your accounts after the notice, your new customers are already padding the revenue. You've built a cushion before you even start. Before you set your new rate, check what other pros in your area are actually charging. If you've been below market rate for years, a so-called price increase might just be catching up. One pro said his customers were shocked he hadn't raised prices already. If customers are surprised you haven't raised rates, you've waited too long. Here's what the data shows. A 10% increase means you can lose up to 9% of your customers and still earn more money. In practice, most pool pros report losing 0 to 5% of accounts, well below break-even. You'll lose fewer customers than you think. And the ones you do lose? You probably didn't want them anyway. If this helped, subscribe for more pool business tips, and check out Pool Dial for tools that help you price your service profitably and run a better business.